Good day, traders. Hoping that everybody's doing well today. Let's take a look at what the markets have in store for us. Sound check. Give me a shout if you guys can hear me clearly, and then we'll definitely get started. Awesome, sound is perfect. What pairs are we looking at today? Let us take a look. So I had a view on NSD USD earlier, which gave me these two potential trades, and also GJ, which gave me this potential long option. But I think the NUs are gone. GJ probably triggered. Yeah, I think it just triggered now. So it depends on how, if you've taken the trade or not, if you're in the premium channel. And then if you're in the free, you could have a buy stop now and let the trade play out for you. Now, with the Euro USD, I've been waiting for a bit of a move first. So I needed to drop down a bit further before I look at an entry. And then I know with the GBP Swiss franc, I was looking at this potential setup. And now we'll just see how it plays out. I've been looking at this since yesterday. And it looks like price didn't drop to my area yet. But probably will. We'll just see how that plays out. Now, Boris wants us to look at US 30 and EU. Well, I just explained a bit of EU. Still waiting for it. But what we can do with the EU is a drop down to the lowest time frames, or actually the higher ones. Let me just delete everything first. And then let's see what we've got on it. And don't forget the news, guys. Do not forget the news. And then we would look at a potential area here, which is looks sensitive. We can see that we turned bullish. We are in a bit of a bearish trend, turned bullish. So I'll probably look at a long in the daily, in the bigger time frame. But like I said, on the lower time frame, I'm looking at shorts. I'm looking at going down with what we're looking at now. And we'll see how that plays out. But for now, I will leave it as is. I'll wait for price to give me a bit of good news, and then we'll take it from there. Hi Noma Swazi. So you're not to look at gold. Awesome. Okay, so with the US 30, now US 30, the beauty about US 30 is that when it moves, it moves. It really moves. A couple of days ago, we missed this beautiful trade. I mean, this was beautiful. We just literally had to wait for it to just swing up a bit and drop. But you do get these. Before this, we had this nice trade, but we only got like a 3R, give or take 4R. But this is what it does. I've noticed it a couple of times that when we do get these nice trades, they move aggressively in one direction, giving you a nice R. So for now, US 30, I marked this area at the bottom. This area here. So I'm waiting for price to either come to this area. Then I will look at a potential buy using this area here, of course. And if it doesn't get there, I'm not going to trade it, or I'm not going to recommend anybody trades it. And if it does pull up to the top, I will see what it does with all this liquidity at the top here. And if it does take it, I'll basically put in a sell stop and then just wait for price to tank down again. This is something that is going to happen in the next couple of, well, if it doesn't happen this week, or it's ending tomorrow. if it doesn't happen in the next 3 days, 4 days, we will actually see which area it's going to play in. So for now, Boris, I'd say I just wait for it to get into this area, and then once it does get into this area, what we will do basically is find a nice area to trade from, which would be something similar to that. And what we would do is drop down a bit lower to the lower time frames, get a nice stop loss range, and then once you have a nice stop loss range, you will get a good trade from it. So this is a significant one I'd look at, and a bit more risk averse traders would look at this level here. Nothing is wrong with that, just that the chances of it getting triggered are very slim. So I would watch that area, and if it does play out, guys, or if you do follow up with it, just give me a shout once it triggers, and let's see how it plays out. I usually don't follow up with what happened with the previous day because I use the Wushu toolbox. So after my setups, I just set them up on the Wushu, let it do the job. I'll come back and see what the numbers are, and the next day it's a new day, new analysis, fresh look, fresh eyes. So that's what I'll do with the US30. Wait for it to get to these levels, and then of course go long. So you're looking at something along these ranges. So something like that for the ones that really want to take advantage of the markets, something along these lines. So this is what you'd wait for, and that's about it for US30 actually. And then with gold, I took a look at it earlier as well, and I didn't really see what I needed to see. I'm just going to go back to the bigger time frame. Now I want to trade gold from these levels, and there's a high chance they might be broken in the next move up, but I would want to trade it from those levels. And this level here, it's a bit too what can I say, it's not giving me the view I want. And if you do drop down to the lower time frames, I'll show you now, you could probably get a nice hourly or a 15-minute trade. But now the issue is this level here. It's gonna really give you a bit of a challenge because it is very sensitive. You are gonna get a bit of a pullback from it, and if you do enter now, you'll face not really getting a nice RR on it. But you are looking at something along these ranges, and you would look at a potential sell, and you would look at probably trading it from these areas here. I'm not putting in the markups of how I'm basically looking at that area and why that area, that you'll basically find in our bootcamp. So you would look at this area here, and the second point of entry would be, sorry about that, would be this one here. So you'd wait for price to either pull up and then down again into this area, which is very sensitive, or you'd wait to pull up to this level and then down again to this area. And you'd want to refine that area as well. So you'd look at something along these lines. Let's go into the 5-minute and see what the 5-minute has in store for us. So you look at something along these lines, and if you do have a broker that's giving you a bit of massive spreads and so forth, stick to the 15-minute refinements and then you'll be fine. Don't go too low. You might find that your trade triggers and automatically get kicked out of a trade. So there's a potential sell on gold that I'd look at. And like I said, I prefer trading these from these levels here. I'll show you just now quickly. Just mark this. So you're looking at something along these lines, and remember, watch your risk. You are not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be consistent. You're trying to have an edge over the market. You don't want to be trading your 2 hours or less, because now if you do have a less than 50% win rate, you will not be profitable. So push for 3R and above, and of course try to take trades that give you an edge. Don't just jump into trades. So with gold, like I previously mentioned, I prefer trading it from these levels here. So you don't trade from this level here or this one here. So that's how I usually approach gold. And I haven't really had the best of setups recently with gold, because I haven't had pretty good levels to trade from, pretty good tier of areas. This is another one of them I've been waiting for a while, and price has just been lagging and it's not really getting down to these levels yet. So that's how I'd look at gold. If I really want to trade gold, I'd look at this area here, and I'd look at a very short time frame trade, bearish, and other than that, I'd wait for the price to get to these levels and watch it does in these levels, and then look at a potential buy at the bottom here, going up depending on how price reacts at the sensitive area, or wait for it to go up here, watch what it does at the sensitive area, and then sell. So that's the idea I'd look at, and that's about it, guys. I think we just did what, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, including the index, of course. Pretty short and sweet. Any other questions that you guys might have, just drop them whilst I'm still on the chart here, and then we will take it from there. I know somebody wanted us to look at, is it the German 30 or German 500? I'm not sure. Let's see, index here. Yeah, it's the German 30. Let's see. I hope that answered your question, Nomaswazi. Awesome. And with Boris as well, US 30, you're going to have to wait a bit. EU, wait a bit. And let's see how it plays out. So with the US, with the German 30, you'll be trading it the same way you're trading your US 30 and NAS 100s and so forth. So with this one, I'll also probably wait for price to go up a bit, trade it from those levels. And if I was to force a trade, because I can see now price is probably going to react at these levels, and if it does react at these levels, it's going to be a bit tricky. Let's see. And then you see this here. Okay. So I'll probably wait for price to get to this level, wait for a bit of a reaction, and probably go long with it, based on the daily, of course. And if I was to go down lower, you'd see these levels here. Okay, and then go lower to the hourly. I could see you could look for a potential sell, but you'd have to wait for price to actually push up a bit more before selling. I wouldn't recommend getting in anywhere here, but probably at these areas I'd get in, but I want to see what it does if it pulls up, and then do I see any structure dropping down on the lower time frames or not. So that's how I would approach the German 30. And that's about it for the day. Borders, which broker do I use? Use quite a few actually, including FTMO, and then we've got your Just Forex, we've got your Blueberry, and we actually have a nice partnership with Blueberry. So if anybody switches to that, I'll drop the link on the free Telegram channel. You'll probably get access to our premium channel for free. Anyway, guys, have an awesome day. Happy trading. Watch your risk. Watch the markets, and we'll see how that plays out.